Okay, so we've been looking at the unit circle. We've been looking at angles inside this circle and where these angles hit the point. So let's say, really crude sketch here. There's my x-axis, my y-axis. Let's say I have this point 2, 6. We can see that, if I have an initial side there, a terminal side there, hitting the point 2, 6, then imagine that there is this circle that goes around, and how would I evaluate, if this is my angle theta, how would I evaluate the trig functions there? What we can actually do is we can make a right triangle by dropping this perpendicular to the x-axis, and then we have this right angle. And then so all of our right angle trig functions come into play. So I'm going to have sine of theta. That formula is y over the radius, which is, in the case of the right triangle, the hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is going to equal x over the radius. Tangent of theta is going to equal y over x. And then I have the other three that are reciprocals, and we'll figure them out soon enough. All right, so let's say that that point is 2, 6, and I want to evaluate these. So I have my x, I have my y, I just need to find r. Well, r squared is going to equal x squared plus y squared. It's the same exact thing as Pythagorean theorem. So r squared is going to equal 2 squared, which is 4, plus 6 squared, which is 36. So r squared is going to equal 40, so r equals the square root of 40. Now, the thing with this that you have to bear in mind is that this needs to be reduced. I'll just drag this all over here in the corner. So square root of 40 can actually be factored. Since 40 can be factored into 4 and 10, we can say that this is the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. So we get that the radius is equal to 2 root 10. They're the same value, but we like to simplify our square roots into the most simplified version, I guess we could say. Right, so y over r for sine is going to be 6 over 2 root 10. A couple things here. We can say 6 divided by 2 is 3, so we get 3 over root 10. But we need to multiply by root 10 over root 10 in an effort to rationalize that denominator. In doing so, we get 3 root 10 over 10. That's the most simplified fraction, so that's our answer for sine. For cosine, it is going to be x, which is 2 over 2 root 10. Again, sort of the same deal. 2 over 2 is 1, so we get 1 over root 10, and we have to rationalize. So we multiply by root 10 over root 10, and we end up with root 10 over 10. And finally, y over x, well, that's just 6 over 2, which we can say is 3. So that's pretty nice, right? In terms of quizzes and tests and slow computers, I was just going to put boxes around these. I was just going to say, in terms of quizzes and tests, there we go, make sure that you really do emphasize what your answer is. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? There we go. So just make sure that you put boxes around your answer, circle your answers. All right, we're going to ignore that for now. Oh, God. I think I need to restart my computer. I'll just circle these. There we go, circling the answers. So again, circle your answers because there's a lot of work in here. So do make sure you separate your answers from your work. Now the other 3 trigonometric functions, cosecant, secant, and cotangent of whatever angle we're looking at, are just reciprocals. Now if I take this 3 root 10 over 10, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an irrational denominator. I'm going to need to rationalize again. It's going to be a lot of work. But if I just recognize that cosecant is r over y, I have that the r is 2 root 10, I have y is 6. 2 over 10 is 1 over 3, so I get root 10. Oops. Root 10 over 3. There we go. No denominator to reduce or to rationalize. Secant would be r over x, so that would be 2 root 10 over 2. The 2's drop out, so I'm left with root 10. Circling my answers. And then finally, cotangent would be x over y, which is going to equal 2 over 6 or 1/3. Reduce the fractions. If I highlight, know these formulas. So sine is y over r, cosine is x over r, tangent is y over x, and then this is how I write these out. Next to each other, next to their reciprocals. So cosecant is r over y, secant is r over x, cotangent is x over y. This is your SOHCAHTOA that you remember. Your opposite side is y, your hypotenuse is r. So if you know SOHCAHTOA, then you know this. So just make sure you work on reducing fractions and rationalizing denominators.